Good morning, folks. Patricia, if you've been awake all day and all night, where are you? Oh, a little bit of sleep still. I just finished my breakfast. Gotta take my pills. Come on, Doug. Wakey, wakey. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's raining, so that really screws up my plans today. Well, it doesn't. It screws up my sharing part of my plans. I just ate. I'm a little bit sore. Not bad. I thought I'd be crippled today. I thought I'd be like debilitating crippled, but I'm not. Not bad at all, actually. I feel a little bit in my lower back from being bent over, but it is going to rain solid today. It's just pouring in now. I just finished my breakfast and I checked the radar and I looked outside and I see it dripping off the roof of the house, and I looked and it's like, well, it's a big patch of green, and it looks like we're gonna get like, yeah, pretty steady rain. So I gotta do a morning rush with my umbrella. Just show you here what we got happening. It's that's us right there. So we're getting that right now. So I'm gonna have my coffee and then we'll go outside and do this in the rain. So, and you'd think Doug did poop all day because he's acting like he's worn out. I'm a little bit spaced out though. Well, I'm glad you got your kids trained for it to let you know. Oh, the pie turned out just fine. Half a duck and a half a pie. And then I went straight to sleep. 9:27, I think it was. But then I woke up at 1 a.m., 1:40 something, wide awake. And I thought it was 6 o'clock in the morning. And I thought, okay, well, time to get up. I rolled out of bed. Then I thought, I'm going to check the alarm clock. And I grabbed the alarm clock. And it was like 1:40 something. I said, I'm not getting out of bed at 1:40. Oh, yes, today's Thanksgiving. Oh, all my Canadian viewers, happy Thanksgiving. I thought Thanksgiving was on Sunday. And then today's just a holiday. I thought I spent my Thanksgiving scraping duck poop. I'm not sore like I thought it would be. My lower back. My lower back from being bent over. Everything else, not my arms, my legs, my buttocks, my stomach, not hurting. It's just from my back from being bent. That's what it is. Doug, this morning, I came to the conclusion. I just figured out something that if I ever get it, if I could draw, like cartoons. Doug's a cartoon character for kids. He is. This morning, he did it again. He's laying on the bed. He wouldn't get up, just stretched out, dead to the world. And I got the duck feed out. And I made lots of noise, so he heard me getting the duck feed. And I said treat multiple times. I got upstairs with the 2 duck feed. I had 2, one on each hand like this, going up the stairs. And he lifts his head up, stretches his neck, and he's like, oh, you got a treat for me. And then I go over to him, and he still's not moving. So then I put it near his nose, and he's like, he opens his mouth and he bites it so soft. I had to pull it out, pull it away from him so he couldn't bite it. And he's like, what are you doing? Just give it to me. And it was like, I said, come on, off the bed, Doug. And he's like, slithers across the bed. It was so funny. I wish I would have turned the camera on. It reminded me of like a children's cartoon, you know, that the dog that doesn't listen. Rotten Dog. That's the name of the cartoon, the book, Rotten Dog, starring Doug. Oh, it's just he cracks me up. I'm not going to push it too hard today because it's raining. So it's wet out. So that means I'm going to get wet. And I hate, really honestly, yesterday was a perfect day to scrape duck poop. Couldn't ask for a better day. I haven't done the camera yet, Mark. It's in the box. Still right there. And I've got the dead kitten drying on the air vent. I had it hanging on the clothesline last night, and unfortunately it rained and got wet again. So the dead kitten is what goes on the microphone. That's what it was just full of duck poop. I'm hoping that the dead kitten saved the microphone. Good morning, Digger Pete. Oh. So I'm hoping. We'll see. I'm going to do it after the morning rush. I'm going to fire the camera up. It won't hurt sitting. I'm in denial on the camera, not going to lie. I'm hoping it didn't get broke permanently. But it tripped the ground fault when it went into the duck poop, so I just don't believe it, you know. And I kept the tripod away from me yesterday, and somehow I got the garden hose around it. And it's like, I don't know what I was thinking. I made sure I was like far away from me working with it because I knew, you know, like you could knock it over. It was like, it's just stupid. That's all it was. It was just stupid. I had a brain fart. Too focused on cleaning duck poop. That's what it was. Well, good morning, everybody. Do we have lots of Canadians here today? Today's Columbus Day in the U.S., isn't it? So there are some people with today off in the States? Not everybody? Oh, I hope the camera's fine, Gene. I'm really hoping. We'll know later. Yeah, Pete had his worried because he lost his internet. It's a native day? What is native day? What does that mean? I don't understand. Who's Columbus? The man who discovered not the USA. Actually, the history of Columbus is quite controversial if you read about it. He was a nasty man. Nasty. He killed a lot of people. Some states change it from Columbus Day to Native American Day? Okay. Too bad I couldn't put it in a bag of rice. The camera? Brian, I'm more concerned about the impact. I'm more concerned. It wasn't like it was like, you know, it fell into a bucket of water or into a lake or something like that. Then we'd be doing, what you call it? We'd be doing the bag of rice. That's right. Whoa, man. Total brain fart there. Yeah. It a little different. The mud poopy thing, you know. It was just. I'm more concerned about that impact. That's what I'm worried about. You know, the big dent. I'm not 100%. I'm a little tired, but not bad. Once I get some coffee into me, I will be good and I can shovel duck poop again today. But today with the rain, if the camera works, then I can get the camera in the garbage can and you can still watch me cleaning duck poop. If I don't get the camera working, that means I can't get the can working, which means you ain't gonna be watching me clean duck poop today. So that's how you're gonna know. If you see a stream of me cleaning duck poop, then you know I got the camera working. What is this person? They're obsessed with the why would you come on to that? I don't know. People are not right upstairs. Who is that person? They jump onto the stream and just go straight for the unbelievable. Oh, I just want to check something here because you know what I'm having a problem with. Just wait, I want to make sure because it's. Oh, this time it worked. Okay, good. I've been having a problem because YouTube, by default, keeps putting the ads back on, and I've had to go into all the apps and keep turning the apps off on the demonetized. And I noticed last night that it said that it was monetized, and I went into it and it wasn't. But it said on my browser that it was, but I went inside of it and it was not. So that's what I've been struggling with that too, for the commercial-free live streams on the channel. Oh, I just gotta get this coffee in me and we'll go outside. We'll let the ducks out. I already got the Magoon camera set up. I did that before the rain started. I went online, saw the big radar blob of green coming towards us. So I ran out there, put the camera in the Zika tent, and when I was walking down there, just as I got to the Zika tent, it started raining. So I did it just in time. I know it's a stream for ducks, and somebody has to jump on and talk about that. It doesn't make any sense. You gotta wonder about people. Actually, Brian, I used to never look at the radars, but now when the camera equipment, and when I go outside, I look. Uh, you know, uh, you know what's going to happen. Actually, Mindy, they did that. They they put ads on my videos for the United States, and then I wasn't getting anything because I wasn't a partner in the United States. They took that away from me. So all season, I was doing streams and videos, and I discovered on September 21st that I wasn't partnered for US ads. They never told me this though. And then when I emailed Google AdSense about it and with a screenshot, they still have not replied from September the 21st. And I actually sent a ticket to YouTube about it, and they forwarded it to Google AdSense, and I still haven't heard anything about it. So I went like the whole summer, probably. So then I signed up, I clicked the yes, I agree, which I'd done that before. My channel's been, since 2012, monetized. And then the other night, they hit me with 3 pages at first of videos that were demonetized. And then as I was clicking each one, because you have to go into each single one and appeal it, all of a sudden it got up to 23 pages and I quit. I stopped doing it. The next day I finished it, but it was 23 pages of demonetization. So, and so far, out of 23 pages that I've submitted, I've only gotten 2 emails telling me that I've been approved. 2 so far, 2 out of 23 pages. And I think there's 29 videos on the page. It's over 600 videos I got demonetized on because they were questionable for advertiser friendly. And I only got 2 so far, 2 emails telling me that my video was reviewed and was advertiser friendly. And one, I never even got an email, and it says that it's hatching ducklings, and it's actually hatching ducklings. And it says after manual review, it is not advertiser friendly. How is hatching ducklings not advertiser friendly? So that's what happens when you go into business with a large corporation and you're just a little tiny nothing. You get treated like nothing. You know what I mean? It's usually the way it is in life. Unless you have no common respect for each other, somebody gets the shaft in the deal. So I'm going to just go with no ads, and I'm going to just let the fans decide what happens here. And if there's, because my ad revenue this year, since that Armageddon fan or Adamageddon thing that started this year, the channel revenue has dropped like 70%, 72% to be exact. It was doing good last year, and I was making plans for the future, and then this year I've had to regroup my brain, and that's why I got into t-shirts and and I'm going to be getting into more merchandise. But it was all since the concussion, when I got the concussion, that's when everything started to happen, and then that's when I had the idea about the t-shirts, and then the revenue I think, what was it, March, April, that the Admageddon started on YouTube, when all the advertisers pulled the ads, and they pulled $750 million worth of advertising off of YouTube. Well, it affected everybody, and it's never come back. Hasn't come back, because here's the thing, folks. And then a lot of people say, "Oh, hang on, it'll come back." Well, I read an article actually on Zero Hedge that companies, they pulled all these ads off of YouTube. $750 million worth they pulled off of YouTube in the first 3 months of the year. And when they pulled the ads off, you know what they found out? That it didn't affect their sales. So how do you get these advertisers back? And then, since then, not only have they, it didn't affect their sales, so they're not spending the money on ads and it's not affecting their sales. There's also been proof that's come out that YouTube and Facebook and everybody's lying about the ad penetration. That they were making things up. Well, Facebook got caught with their hands in the cookie jar, that they were making up people, millions of them. Like, they were saying that they were reaching like 6 million, middle-aged Canadians, like 18 to 44 or something. I forget what it was. It was an age group. They said there was like 6 million they reached in Canada, and there's only 4 million according to the census. They made up 2 million people. And then in the States, they made up 10 million people. They said they were reaching 40 million people in the States in a certain age group, and there was only 30 million in the US Census in that age group. So, not only did the advertisers not see a drop in their revenue, then they got caught, finding out the cookie jar is fake. That, so now the advertisers are starting to say, what's going on here? So it's hurt creators, because I lived on ads. That's how I made my living, was the ads on the videos, So now and then you look at YouTube now, and everybody's doing Patreon. If you want a channel to survive, they're doing Patreon, they're doing tips, they're doing merchandise, they're doing everything to keep their to keep the channels going. And then YouTube is manipulating search results because the big corporations are taking over YouTube. Like if you look at the trending page, it's just garbage now. I never look at the trending page anymore. Well, I look at it just to see what kind of garbage there is. I never click on anything, but I just look and it's like it's nothing but garbage. Like there's no more like good independent stuff that's coming up on the trending page because the big corporations bought all the spots. They're paying YouTube to be on the trending page. You know, like it's been a really bad year, and plus I had a concussion, and then a torn Achilles tendon. What else have I done to myself? Doug's tooth hit my arm. That hurts. Still hurts. I got a bit of a bruise. Oh man, it's bad what's going on. Like, and now YouTube has just released their master plan. Oh yeah, snapped my hip there when I got my foot stuck last week in the mud. It's still sore. It's got a little bit of hurt. Oh, the zap on the fence was a good one, Virginia. I forgot about that. The make me bleed zap. You know, but like now, YouTube has released its master plan on YouTube TV, and what they want to do is they want to take all the major corporations, the mainstream media, and they want to do worldwide distribution because they want to use all their servers around the world and make YouTube into a TV delivery platform. That's what they want to do because they need to make money and they can't make any money, they say, with us creators. So now, they want to become YouTube TV using the current platform infrastructure because they want to wipe out the cable companies. So you're going to have to watch TV and burn through your data plan, which you're going to be buying your data plan from your cable company. What a double scam, eh? So you're going to have to pay for data to watch TV on YouTube, and then you're going to pay YouTube $35 a month to get your TV. It's like something's got to snap. Like somebody has got to come up, or somebody. There's got to be something coming on. Something. I wish I was a psychic here. We could see. Is there another site coming up? Like, is there like some young startup company that sold something big? And or maybe somebody who's a Bitcoin billionaire. Somebody who bought Bitcoin at 5 cents and he's selling it all at 5,000. And he's a multi-billionaire and he's gonna start a site. Maybe, think positive. Think something's gotta happen, man. It can't keep going the way it is. So it's like basically you're now, it's up to your fans. So if your show's no good and it sucks and you can't come up with anything, entertaining to keep everybody, interested, you're history. True free market capitalism. Except there's a different set of rules for the other guys. For the little guys, you actually have to participate in capitalism where you actually have to give something the public wants to get them to give you something back in a playing field that's stacked against you. So it's really not capitalism. It's a little bit of capitalism with a little bit of fascism and just a little bit of screwed up situation, No, it's not even socialism. It's not. Socialism, the government be paying me to do the duck show. I'd be like the CBC or what is the BBS? No, is it BBS? No, what is that? BBC. I'd be like BBC. Get the government to pay for the duck adventure. Oh, the shed's getting done. Who's talking about not doing the shed? What was somebody? I'm just looking here. The shed's getting done. Who's talking about not getting the shed done? Better wait for the rebuilding. No, I'm not going to wait. I'm forging ahead, folks, and I'm going to go as long as I can until I can't. And then when I can't, I will be honest and I will tell everybody I tried and I can't go any farther. That's how I'm going to do it. You know, because every time I plan, it doesn't work because somebody changes the rules. I'm going to just keep going ahead, man. I'm going to keep sharing. I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to show you, you know, the stuff that we're getting put through. I'm going to share you all the show the YouTube crap too, and so everybody knows what's going on here. I'm not going to just give up. Anybody's been watching my channel over the years, you know, I don't give up. I'm bad that way, you know. The feed is not the expense. You guys are all thinking wrong. You look at the big picture. YouTube is stealing my energy. That's why John's outside. That's why I am not going to do the ads anymore. Because you know where I get my energy from? I get it from you, the viewer. That's where my energy comes from. That's where, and I've been sort of like misguided, misfocused, because that is where it comes from. It's not from YouTube. YouTube is the mechanism, the infrastructure to connect with you, okay? That's all YouTube is. And that's why, you know, honestly, I don't look at analytics. I don't care about the analytics. I don't even look at it. I can't think, it's been a couple of weeks since I clicked on that analytics to see how the channel's doing. I don't care. I go day by day connecting with you. That's what I do. I'm using YouTube to connect with you, to give you what's going on here. That's what I'm doing. I'm not doing this chasing, how do you say, chasing the carrot, you know, of fame, like so many YouTubers do, you know, like everything is about, you know, fame and fortune. This ain't, you know, this ain't fame and fortune. Like, think about this. Think about this. What YouTuber do you know scrapes crap, feces for 8 hours online live? That's his show. Think about it. Like, what YouTuber shows you what is going? This is not a fame and a glamorous show. It's the real deal. And if you're interested in the real deal, then you watch. And if you're not interested in the real deal, you leave. And some people yesterday, like lots of people just jumped in to see how I was going, and they were shocked at the end of the day that I was still going. It was like, man, you've been scraping poop all day here, you know? And it's like, you know, you didn't have to sit here all day and watch me work, you know, but there were lots of people, because I saw the comments, and at the end of the day, people were just jumping in off and on all day. And they were like, you're still doing it? Yeah. I got more to do today. You know? But as far as, you know, the barn and the shed, I'm just gonna keep doing it. We're going to the guy, the barn repairman, I guess the contractor will call him. He's coming on Monday, October 23rd. And the barn repair guy also is the sawmill guy. And he emailed me and he said that the week that they come here to fix the barn, he's going to bring a sawmill with him. So we're going to make the boards for the bridges for the lagoon the same week we do the barn repair. So, you know, and that's what's going to happen here. Oh, Digger Pete, you're at her again there, Digger. Thank you so much. It's like, but Digger, it won't let you go through PayPal because YouTube takes 32% of that. And I'm not a big fan of YouTube getting any money, if you know what I mean. Is your credit card blocked on PayPal or even Patreon? Patreon only takes 11% for international. Just YouTube takes such a massive cut of that. It's really sad, Digger, because I know, you really mean well, and money's, tight for everybody, but it's just a shame giving YouTube anything the way they treat the ducks. You know, he's a good man. He's a hardcore duck fan. Digger, did you watch the Saturday dedicated show I did for you for the digging? Did you watch those two that all day Saturday, Digger Saturday? Have you caught up on that? There's some pretty good camera work there following the digger around. Oh, Digger again. Digger. Digger, you gotta slow down, my friend. YouTube has taken too much of your generosity. Seriously, my friend. I really appreciate it, but it's sad that YouTube takes so much of that. He's a really generous man. He is. He's a good guy. But he needs to answer me if he watched the Saturday Digger Pete special. Oh, you did? Okay, good. All right. Because I was like, I did that for you. Because you were so excited the Saturday before. You couldn't contain yourself. So, but I feel positive that this will work. I'm going to do a cafe press store. I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it happening this fall, and I'm going to have like lots of cool duck stuff. Um, I got it. I gotta get the camera out, and I got to start getting some shots for like a calendar. I gotta come up with a good calendar. Which is going to be very difficult, because you can't. I just don't want to throw anything up. I want to have some good pictures. I got ideas, you know, ideas. I'm gonna work on it because, yep, coffee mugs, different kinds, because we gotta beat YouTube. That's what we gotta beat. We gotta beat these corporations. Yep, hats. We're gonna do her. It's gonna happen. I'm not gonna. I knew it was gonna have to happen. A one-to-one miniature duck. I don't think a one-to-one. That would be. I would a stuffed toy like that. That would be a big stuffed toy. Um, that would be expensive considering that. Remember the one we got in the spring? Somebody who sent it to us, uh, that had the little Doug, and that was like $200 US. So imagine what a one-to-one ratio would be like. You know, the problem in Virginia is you need good quality graphics. You can't use screen captures. The screen, not enough pixels. Not enough pixels. That's the problem. It's got to be photography to get a good picture. If you want to have good product, I want to have good product. '80s style coffee mugs. You're like my '80s coffee mug, don't you, Lester? Rotten dog posters. Doug is a rotten dog. Sitting on that clothesline stand yesterday, like unbelievable bad dog. Bad dog. Even if you convert it to vector, you can't add data to a photo. It doesn't work, Creative Storm. I have a friend that is a professional graphics guy, and him and I have screwed with it, and it's like it looks bad. Like, give you an idea, okay? The original 50 Ducks in a Hot Tub t-shirt was a screenshot that got turned into a vector that we tried to make bigger so that it would fit on the print, okay? And the quality sucked. The detail sucked. I hated it. Where if you look at these ones, okay, this one, well, especially on the back, okay, those are real photographs, like full-blown, done with a camera photographs. And the quality is so much better, so much sharper. And I don't want to do merchandise just for the sake of doing merchandise. I want it to be good so that when you're wearing it, you're like, yeah, it doesn't look crappy, you know. Princess, I think he's on the couch. I would bet he's on the couch right now. Yes, he's on the couch. Doug needs to be a children's cartoon. Look at this dog. He had a hard day yesterday sleeping on the clothesline stand. Doug. What a dog. Doug. Let's go. Come on. Doug. You gonna get up? Come on. Come on, Doug. Come on. Come on. Come on, Doug. Let's go. I hear noises, so it does sound like he's alive. Oh, tongue moved. Come on. Let's go. Come on. What a dog. Oh, Doug. Are you going to get up? Come on. Let's go. Come on. Let's go. Come on. Come on. Let's go. We're going out. Let's go. Doug, let's go. Come on. Come on. Let's go. Come on. Let's go, Doug. Come on. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. Doug, out. We're going out. Come on. Come on. Come on, Doug. Let's go. Come on. Want a treat? Want a treat, Doug? Want a treat? Come on. Want a treat? I'll get you a treat. Come on. Come on. Come on. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. Come on. Come on. Okay, watch this. I don't say anything. Dog. Oh, you're the worst dog. Oh, rotten dog. My dog. Years of training to get that response. Yeah. Oh, caffeine started to kick in here, folks. So we'll be going outside doing a duck rush. Do you believe it? Gets up just to lay down. It's like that every day. It's like that every day. It's brutal. I even tried things like knocking on the window to pretend someone's here. Nothing works. It's bad. Is he having thyroid problems? No, he's just being Doug. No, he's a children's character. If I could just, a cartoon. Doug is a perfect animal character for a children's cartoon. He is. The dog that doesn't listen, the rotten dog. That's the name of the book. Rotten dog. You know? He's rotten. He's the worst dog. Worst dog I ever had. I tell him, like everybody says, they say you have to praise your dog. I'd have to say worst and rotten 10-1 to you're a good dog. 20-1. Yeah, be 10 rottens, 10 worst, and then 1, oh, you're good. That's how bad he is. Like he's brutal. Is he a good guard dog against intruders? He freaks everybody out because his idea of saying hello is run towards you at full speed barking. That's his idea of saying hello. Freaks everybody out. Oh, he is very lovable, Mindy. You have no idea how lovable that dog is. He is a snuggle bunny. He is molestable. He's the ultimate. Like if I had kids, like little kids, they could use him as a plush toy. They could crawl all over him. It would be amazing the abuse that he would put up with. Amazing. Like it's like he has got that hands down, that type of personality. But let's say, there's a bunch of little kids crawling all over him, and then he heard a crow, some kids would get hurt because he would just do his flip around and take off, and it would be bad. There would be kids hurt because his instinct kicks in, eh? And when that kicks in, it's like, forget it. Nobody exists except what he's got to go do. Yeah, kid bowling. That wouldn't go over too well, eh, with the parents. No. He's like, oh, he's bad. He's out like a light right now, though. He's dead to the world, sleeping on the floor now. And he's like, why'd you make me get off that couch? All right. But I need a really good kids cartoonist. Somebody that could do it. And then the thing is drawn Doug. It's got to be very realistic because he does things that with his looks. Like this morning, stretching his neck on the bed. It was so funny. I was on the stairs and he was stretching his neck as far as possible to look down the stairs. I go, well, what's in your hand? I'm not getting up, but I'll just keep stretching like this. There's something in your hand. Yeah, duck feet. Like I've told you that story, that thing, like when I was a kid, you used to say, you were really, really ugly as a kid. And they say you're so ugly that the only way the dog will play with you is if you tie a pork chop around your neck. Well, the only way I can get Doug uh, to pay attention to me is roasted duck feet. Was Rocco lazy? No. Doug's the first dog I ever had that was being rotten. I've never had a dog this rotten. Never. Never, 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 never. All my dogs have been like perfect. Perfect. Ultimate voice command. Stop them. I could stop them. They could be in the middle of a dog fight and I could voice command stop them. Chasing things, I could voice command. I've never had a dog like Doug. Doug is the worst. I had 3 dogs at the same time that listened better than Doug. He's rotten. He's rotten. But I love him. He's a great dog. He's out of all the dogs I've ever had, he's the most protective of the property. Like Rocco was good. Buddy was, well, he was friends. Buddy used to play with the coyotes. He used to go out and play with them all the time. That was actually quite neat because the coyotes liked them, and he used to play with them and wrestle with them. And Spike was a little bit of a freak out he didn't have his confidence until Buddy died. He used to stay back in the background. But as far as protecting the property, Doug, hands down, the most aggressive at protecting the property. Absolutely. And the most diligent, too. Like, as far as watching to make sure that there was nothing going on here. Beta dog? Spike was a beta dog. Loudest bark was Spike. He had a deafening bark. Deafening bark. Yes, Susie, I got the dog I needed. I say that many times. You have no idea, Susie, how many times I say that. Because I look at what I'm doing in my life right now, and he is exactly what I needed. He totally he's at one with the ducks. Like, he's totally at one with the ducks. Like, you see, like the dog and ducks, it's like he's just with ducks, and anything else on the property he loses. And when the ducks, when they freak out, their wings start flapping. Like, when they're on the Magoon, and he's sleeping in the garage, and he hears the wing flapping, and all the excitement when they get panicked. He goes from a dead sleep to he's boom outside looking around. What's going on? You call me ducks? And it's like, Doug, how can you go from that dead to the world? You just to the sound of their wings flapping, in panic on the water, you think something's going down. Like, or just anything with the ducks freaking, and he's just in tune. And he patrols the yard, he doesn't like wild critters, he doesn't like the smell of them, you know, but he just doesn't listen. He just doesn't listen. He just doesn't listen. It's like, it's almost like he looks at me and he goes, I got a job to do. Stop bugging me. You know what I mean? Like, that's what it's like. It's like, I got a job to do. Stop bugging me. That's Doug. That is. Well, I wouldn't say he. No, he hears it, Pat. He's just. I got a job to do. Leave me alone. You know. I got a job to do right now. I'm gonna go let the ducks out. It's raining. It's gonna be my umbrella morning rush because the rain is it's happening. Unfortunately, I got to figure out how I'm gonna do the cleaning of the pen today. Means I got to put a rain suit on. Oh, she's really. Yeah, it's a big. We got lots of rain coming. It's gonna rain like all day like this. It's bad. I'll paste the link so you can see. Take a look at that, folks. I just pasted it for you. So you can see the radar. It's green. It's going to be a rainy day here. So coffee's not working. It's not working at all, actually. It's not raining hard enough. It's just enough to make it, I gotta wear rain pants. You know, I really wish it would have been like yesterday. Unless I don't do it today. What's the weather tomorrow? What's tomorrow? So tomorrow's clearing, 19. Maybe I can finish it tomorrow. I don't want to do it in the rain. It's just sucks doing it in the rain because, wearing a rain suit and shoveling is so hot. Like, it's so hot. And I got to shovel this. Like, I need to scrape it is what I need. I need to scrape. Not There's too much poop to wash it out. I need to scrape. Like I did yesterday, the poop scrape-a-thon. You know what I mean? And tomorrow's supposed to be a high of 21, mix of sun and cloud. And it's going to rain basically the day. I don't want to sweat in a Gore-Tex rain suit, Brian. That's the thing. You know how hot a Gore-Tex rain suit is? Well, technically it's a snowsuit, but I use it as a rain suit because it's Gore-Tex, which is waterproof for anybody that doesn't know what Gore-Tex is. Um, so it's very warm. Yeah, I'm thinking, Inga. I'm glad we're on the same page. I'm thinking you're right because it was so nice yesterday. Honestly, folks, yesterday I didn't mind it at all. You know, it was hard. Like it was hard work. I'm not gonna lie, it was, but it felt good because I can't believe how much duck poop I took um, to the garden. Like I covered my whole garden in duck poop. The whole thing from one end to the other, completely spread out duck poop everywhere. I'm actually quite excited. Uh, what it's gonna look like, what it's gonna grow like next year. Power wash the pen. Problem with power washing, Pete, is you get erosion. You want to do controlled, where you just want to blow off the duck poop off the surface. I don't want to blow the dirt out. That's the problem. So that's why I'm trying not to use too much water. That's why this time I'm scraping. Because let's say if it was patio stones, like let's say if the pen was covered in patio stones, then a power washer, actually the hose would work really good. But it's nothing with duck poop. It helps to have lots of water flow because then it carries it away in a river of duck poop. You can't use a tractor. You can't scrape. I'll scrape up too much dirt. I don't want to scrape up dirt. That's why I was using that snow shovel yesterday. It works perfect because you're scraping like this much, and you take off all the duck poop off the surface of the dirt, and no dirt. It leaves all the dirt behind. Like you don't cut into the dirt. You're just scraping. You know what I mean? You're just scraping feces, nothing else. But it's hard on you because you're pulling all your gut muscles because you're like this. You know, oh yeah, you gotta. It's what they call a core workout. People pay big bucks. You know, that's what I should do. I should have it should be a workout channel. That's what I need to do. Come over and do the 8-hour core workout. You know, the snow shovel works the best, Lester, because it's not meant for dirt. It's meant for snow, and duck poop is soft like snow. It works perfect. Plus, that snow shovel is ancient. It's heavy duty aluminum. It works really well. That snow shovel is really old. That snow shovel is like 30 years old. The new ones, the new aluminum would bend. It's a heavy duty aluminum one. It's probably aircraft aluminum. The winter gut syndrome. I tell you, I'm thinking, uh, we need to have a workout. Workout poopulates. That's what. Yep, that's it. That's the name of the show. Poopulates. You know, if you want good snow shovels, honestly, the best way to find them, yard sales. People selling them, old snow shovels. Because some people don't like old snow shovels. They don't like when the plastic fades or the handle gets rough. Handle gets rough, just takes sandpaper and smooth it out again. But some people don't. Or bring your own snow shovel. There you go. That's an even better idea, Cheryl. Anyways, it worked out good yesterday. I'm very happy the amount of duck poop that I took out of that pen and put it all in the garden. I'm very happy about that. That was a major accomplishment yesterday. Can't complain about that at all. It needed to happen. But I'm gonna go let the ducks out now, and I'm thinking because it's Thanksgiving, and my dishes are done. I did my dishes this morning. I'm thinking maybe Matt could sort of take it easy today, and then tomorrow we'll hard back at her. Patty, the camera, I haven't touched it. It's still in the. It's still right there. It's in there in the box. I'm a little bit afraid to touch it. I got half a pie, Brian, but I'm thinking of saving it for butter because butter for supper. Because you know what? Last night's supper, I was so shocked how good the reheated pumpkin was with the duck. Like I'm telling you, folks, it was like pretty damn tasty. It was roasted duck. I ate the whole back, the legs, the carcass. Stripped the carcass, really good too. Very stripped it. Gave Doug the carcass. He really enjoyed it. And then I had the half, and it was nice and warm with whipped cream on top. Unbelievably tasty supper. I was shocked. Like I had roasted duck and pumpkin for supper, basically. Bag the duck poop and sell it, Pete Digger? No, nobody. You guys all have that idea. You know, when you live in the city, you guys think that this stuff's worth like a fortune. But when you live in this part of the world, it's waste. It's waste in this part of the world. Seriously. Now, like if I wanted to bag it up and put it in the truck and drive to Ottawa and then sell it, I could. But I have to find a place to sell it, and I have to get there in the truck, which is a challenge on its own because we know the truck. I gotta unload the truck today. It's full of feet. That's what I gotta do. But in this part of the world, it's waste. It's truly is waste. I could use it for barter. Barter for what? It's waste. Nobody wants my duck poop. I can't even give Susan. I have been trying to give away my compost pile for 3 years. Nobody wants it. Like this part of the world, it's really something else, man. Nobody wants anything. Like, oh, hydro's out, Gene. How are you on internet if the hydro's out? Yeah, hydro out on Thanksgiving. That's not good, eh? Imagine all the people with their turkeys in the oven. See, Brian, you can't get rid of yours either. Like, I could ship it, Patty. Yeah, I'll ship it to you. Yeah, Susie, that's right. It's just basically you. Yeah, you said it. We don't say those words here because we try to be friendly, but it starts with an S and ends with a T and it's got an H and an I in it. Figure it out. Put the compost on my garden. My garden's already turbocharged. Yesterday I just put like 20 wheelbarrow loads of duck poop on it. I had all the straw from last winter decomposed into it completely. I got this winter's duck poop and straw to go on it again. I didn't grow this year on it. Next year the garden is going to explode. I don't need the compost. I just want it gone. I do. Like I just want someone to just come and take it. Like, but nobody wants it. Now my barn buddy, the guy that's doing the barn, he sort of because like he has a garden, okay, and I was his wife is cracking because of the weeds, and I told him about this method of gardening. When you cover your soil with straw, and in the spring, I told like early spring, like February, actually winter time was February, and March, and he didn't believe me. I said, this is what you do. Like, you will not believe what you will get. And then this summer, he looked at it again and asked some more questions. And then this fall, he's like, his wife cracked. She couldn't handle the weeds anymore in their garden. And they're like, now they don't want to garden anymore because of the weeds. And I'm like, well, you got to do this. This is what you got to do. You got to cover it all up and just, and he's got pigs and he's got horses and he's got chickens and like he's got lots of waste. to cover his soil, and he said he might bring his trailer because they're going to have a mini excavator here while they dig the barn out, because that's how they dig the barn out, is with a mini excavator, and how they handle the logs, because the logs weigh like 2,000 pounds, so you can't handle them by your hands unless you have a whole bunch of guys. So I said, you know, you bring a trailer, use the mini excavator, and you can have the whole pile of compost. So we'll see if he takes it or not. Organic grow, Susie, nobody's listening to me. In this part of the world, it is waste. Total waste. It's like, it's unbelievable. Like, nobody wants this stuff. You can run ads. It's just, you're just killing yourself. You're just killing yourself. You're just wasting. It's unbelievable. So I don't even bother. I don't even try. It's like this, okay? Vegetables. All right? Here's a perfect example, all right? You can have too many vegetables in your garden, and you can tell everybody free vegetables. And they're like, oh, are you gonna drop them off? I gotta go pick them too. You know? No, you gotta come and pick your own. Oh, we're too busy. Free food, not too busy. Like, no blue people. Mindy nailed that's it. That's what it is. They're just lazy. It's unbelievable. This, we take it for granted. Our little community here online. We're all sitting here. And we all have like-minded. We're gardeners. We raise our own animals, or we're interested in gardening, or we're interested in raising our own animals. You know what I mean? It's like we have a hard time understanding the idiots. That's the problem here. Like, we're all banging our head against the wall. Like, why can't you get rid of this stuff? Like, why aren't people paying you for it? Why aren't they come beating your gate down to get this? I would love to have access to that kind of stuff. Well, the problem is that we're this little circle, okay? And then there's all the idiots on the outside. That's the problem, is that we're in here in our own world, which is a much better place. They don't know. They're out there and they have no idea. And that's the problem. And that's why we all, like I see in the comments, everybody keeps saying the same thing all the time. And it's because it's hard for us to grasp this, because we're in this world and everybody else is in this world. And this world it's not right, okay? Completely different mindset. That's right, Virginia. And it's like trying to get all those people on the outside, to watch what we're doing. They have no interest. It's like they're on the trending page on YouTube. You know what I mean? Like that's where they are. They're not they're not here. You know what I mean? Like, that's it, Vlad. They just don't see the bigger picture. We're in the bigger world and they're in the small world. They're in the matrix and we've been red pilled, because the reason we grow and raise our own food is because we know what's being sold in the stores isn't right. That's the difference. The duck channel is red pill audience. That's what it is. I know, Mindy, I read that on your Facebook page. My people skills are great, but I got no time or tolerance for snowflakes or idiots. I don't have to. Negative Nellies, like people that say, just give up, don't do this, don't do that. It's like, no, I'm going to keep forging ahead. Everybody told me I was crazy, in 2013. What are you going to do? You're going to have a channel about ducks on YouTube? Matt, you should start a business. No, I want to do a channel about ducks on YouTube. Raising food, growing food. That's what I want to do. No, don't do that, Matt. Get a job. Go work in the slave. No. I don't want to work in the job and go buy that stuff in the store. I'm thinking that maybe the October 12th could be exciting here. I'm thinking. I was yesterday. I was shoveling duck. I was thinking, what if PETA showed up here on the 12th? What if they were protesting out at the gate, us loading the ducks up in the transport? Wouldn't that make some good live streaming stuff? Right? Because they can't come onto the property because it's trespassing. But we could set a camera up for them protesting out at the gate. You know? Wouldn't it be funny? Have a live stream? I'd take the terror deck. The terror deck could reach out there and we would stream it all. I think it would be funny. Oh, it would be good for the channel. Think about it. Commercial-free protest on the Burnstown Road in Renfrew. Be trending. Imagine a couple million people watching PETA protest the duck adventure. Think about the exposure we get. It would be good. You know? Oh. No, Mindy, standing there feeding Doug roasted duck feet with a big bag of them, like potato chips. Here, Doug. Because every foot came off a dead duck. Here you go, Dougie. We're just killing ducks here to feed dogs. And then people would watch the show and they would realize that this is duck paradise. What the? Oh, he's back on the couch. He just got back onto the couch, people. What a rotten dog. I was sitting here and all of a sudden I see this dog back. Look at him. He just got back up on there. Doug. Oh, man. Oh, I'm a little bit sore now. I'm sitting. Oh, am I ever stiff? Oh, yeah, folks. Oh, yeah. I'm feeling it now. I love messing with people. I do. You like my couch? You know how old that couch is, Miss Caught Girl? You'll never guess how old that couch is. You'll never guess. No, some people know because they watched the show. I've told this before. I'm 55, and I bought it when I was 23. So what would that be? It's 32 years old. 33 years old. 32 years old. It's 32 years old. And the secret is I clean it every year. It gets a deep cleaning every year. Every year. Serious cleaning. Oh, it's awesome couch. You wouldn't believe what I paid for it 32 years ago. Oh, Inga, you have no idea how many dogs have made that couch their home. You have no idea how many drunken adults have lived on that couch. I had a friend that lived with me that was his bedroom for 5 months. A grand. You'll never guess what I paid for it. It was a ridiculously expensive couch. $1980. Okay, 80. Well, what it would have been? 80. Well, how many 32 years ago would be what? 85. $1985. Okay, in 1985. Oh, the nail scratching, yeah, I wouldn't hold up to that. Nobody's gonna even get close. Nobody's even gonna get close to the dollar amount. You're going to crop when I tell you this, because I remember when I bought it, it was a major investment in my life. I'm just waiting for somebody to even come. You guys are not even in the ballpark. Oh, Ozzy's close. Megan nailed it. Megan nailed it. It was $29.99.99. It was custom made for me. I ordered it from the factory. It was a lot of money. It was crazy. It was crazy amount of money back then. But those were the 80s when, a high school graduate could get out of school and go get a job and make $60,000 a year. The 80s were a good time, folks. Really a good time. My coffee table. The coffee table and one end table, that was that was another major investment. The coffee table. That everybody thought I was crazy when I bought the stuff. I got ripped off. That's what you think. So you're not looking at the big picture. I'm still using it 32 years later. I went through a bunch of couches before that. Anybody up in Canada, probably know of the brick. And I bought $2,000 couches that didn't even last 6 months, that the arms fell off of. And the brick replaced them, and then finally I sold them. And I said, these are garbage. And then a friend of mine who was very, very wealthy, actually was my mentor, and in the future to become my partner, he took me to this store and he said, this is where you want to buy it, and they will order custom what you want. So then they sit you down, they give you a coffee, and then you pick all the material out and what you like and the style and how many cushions you want, how many sections you want, and then like 3 months later, the couch shows up and you're $3,000 poorer. And that whole time that I was waiting for it to show up, because I had to prepay, I was like, did I do the right thing? Did I do the right thing? It was the best thing I ever did. That couch is being all over the place. All over the place. It's moved everywhere I've gone. And I just clean it every year, and it's good. And the coffee table is another ridiculous one I bought at the same time in a different store. Well, put it this way, Ozzy, that couch, I had a upholstery guy come here to look at it. And this is like about 10 years ago, the local guy. And he specializes in collecting old furniture because he wants the frames, not the couch, the furniture themselves. He wants the frames. And I asked him about about recovering it, and he told me flat out that I couldn't even get the material that would be as good as that is, half worn out, new now, because even the material sucks today. Because he says that's the old style velvet that was actually made in Canada. They don't make velvet in Canada anymore. And it's coated in Teflon. That's another thing too. It's got a Teflon coating built into the cloth. You can actually spill water on it still. And it's not as much anymore, but there's parts of the couch that it sat on. You can spill water on it, and it still beads off. The water, after 32 years, it still beads off. It was a good investment. But think about it, $1985, that was a lot of money back then. That would be adjusted for inflation. That'd be like a $7,000 couch today, And I wouldn't doubt a $7,000 couch today would be a piece of garbage in comparison. No. It's been every dog I've had, their couch. And the only reason I have a towel on it is because Doug is the only dog I've ever had this problem with. Is Doug, I guess what you'd call it. You know how around his eyes, it's really the dark brown, and around his nose and that, what is that? That it's from the glands, his whatever his tears are, they stain everything brown, you know? And he tear stains, yeah. The thing is that Doug, wherever he lays, turns everything brown, and it wipes up really easy. Like you can take a damp cloth and you can wipe it, and the brown comes right out and everything. Okay, but if I just don't want to deal with the brown, I put down the blanket on there so that all the tear stains are on the blanket, on the towel. That's the deal. That's why it's there. It's just for that, because the brown. Because for some reason he's just brown. Anywhere he lays, it turns brown. You know, but it cleans up. But it's just that he's a walking staining brown dog. You know, like even his body, his fur, his oil makes everything go brown. Add a zero to that, Mark, is what the coffee table cost in 1985. It was a major investment in 1985 when I did my living room. I was only a young lad, just a young lad. Like, well, how old would I be? 1985, 24 years old. I was 24 years old, spending money like a crazed woman. You know, sorry about that, ladies, but you know, just like I gotta decorate the house. We can do without. The 80s, folks, oh man, I feel sorry for young people today. I really do. Was I married? No, I was single, Cheryl. I was a bachelor then. Wasn't even dating anybody. Or was I? No, I don't remember. I just remember me. Maybe I was dating, maybe I was living with a girl when I bought it, but when the couch showed up, I was by myself. I think that's what it was. I was a bachelor. I didn't get married. My first marriage was I was 26. My first marriage. Young and stupid. Didn't know what I was doing. Oh. Michelle, the way I clean it, and my grandfather taught me this, and you're not going to believe it, okay? My grandfather had a flooring business. He did big jobs too. Like he did everything. He was an amazing guy. Big contracting business, government stuff. And he like did flooring, painting, that kind of stuff. Like he did like the NORAD radar system up north in Canada. He painted all the insides of that kind of stuff. Like he was a big contractor, but he also on the side, one of his businesses taking care of his flooring business was steam cleaning, cleaning all the floors that he put in for the schools. And they used, you know how in libraries they put carpet in, and his job was to keep all the libraries in the schools clean. And he had the public and the Catholic school contract. He was big. He had a lot of workers, like 60, 70 workers. He was very well off man. Built a good business. And you know what the secret is, folks, to keeping carpet and upholstery clean? You're not going to believe it. No soap. Do not use soap. If you got a stain, use a little bit of stain remover, but rinse it out really good. But do not use soap. Never use soap. Hot water, no soap. He says you don't want to wash it, you want to rinse it, because you got to get the dirt out of the material, because the dirt acts like sandpaper and breaks the fibers down, and that's what wears it out. And I followed his advice in my store, in my video store, and I had a video store, you know, as you know, in the early 90s that on a Saturday would have 3,000 people on a Saturday would come through it, okay? And in this part of the world, like on a winter, it would be sloppy mess and the dirt and the salt and the sand, and like we're talking destroy a store, okay? And I used to have to steam, when I did, I had a guy do it, but I had the equipment. I bought my own equipment. I had a guy steam clean the store every month, okay? And we never, ever used soap, because I didn't listen to my grandfather the first time, and I hired a couple cleaners, and they came in with their deep steam cleaning and their soap and all that kind of stuff. And my grandfather told me when I was getting it done, he says, "Don't do it. They're going to use soap, and everything's going to be black." And I'm like, "What do you mean?" He goes, "Just watch. It's going to be black." And sure enough, 2 weeks later, the whole store, everywhere there was traffic, the carpet turned black. And then what my grandfather told me is the soap residue causes the dirt to stick and it goes black. So he says, "You got to rinse your carpet out." And so I ended up buying my own steam cleaning equipment because I was doing it so often in the store. And it took 3 rinses, complete steam cleanings, to get rid of all of the soap residue that was left over from the professional steam cleaners. Oh. And then once we got rid of the soap, the carpet never went black again. And every time we cleaned it, it looked brand new because we rinsed all the dirt out of it. Because the material doesn't get stained. The material is made not to be stained. It's polyester or whatever it's made out of. It's solid color through it. So if there's nothing sticking to it, it's not going to be dirty. It's going to still be the color it's supposed to be. So like my couch, the only thing I do with it is I do straight uh, um, um, hot water in a handheld unit. I got a handheld steam cleaning unit that attaches to my wet vac, and I do straight hot water off the kitchen sink or the bathroom sink with a hose, and I just as hot as like 135-degree water out of the hot water tank, and I do my whole couch with just hot water, rinse it out, and I just suck all the dirt out, get all the dirt out, and when I'm finished, literally the couch looks brand new. And when I do the rug the same way, it's like other than the permanent dog stains that are permanent, it's clean. No, but do not use soap. But if you got a stain, like a really bad stain, then you use a stain, scrub it, and then rinse it out to get all the residue out, because the stain remover is just like soap, and it will be a sticky spot, and that is where the dirt will collect there, and you'll get dark spots from the dirt. And you don't have to listen to me. I really don't care if you don't, but that is just based on cleaning a 6,000 square foot carpet store for 22 years, and the carpet's still looking like brand new after 22 years. And my grandfather, 40 years of carpet cleaning, which I didn't listen to him at first either. So I won't hold it against you if you don't listen to me, because I didn't listen to him either, because I was in my 30s and I knew everything. I was like, "Oh, what do you know, old man?" But later I found out he knew what he was talking about. So, and 32 years of cleaning my couch, and the couch speaks for itself, considering it's 32 years old and a dog lives on it, and it's due for a cleaning. I always clean it in the fall, because I clean it in the fall because I like laying on my couch naked. I like the velvet when I'm watching TV and the blanket on top. It feels nice, but only if it's clean. Oh, and like when the velvet's all fluffy after I've cleaned it and I'm laying on it, and it feels like I just bought a new couch. That's what it feels like. So, no, it's not kinky. It just feels nice. Like when you clean it all up, and it's like it feels nice. You're laying there and it's like, "Oh man, this feels really comfy." Like it feels like I bought a couch and I didn't. Thomasville, my mother and father have a big Thomasville setup. Quality furniture, quality. That, and they bought theirs. Ooh man, we moved out as kids, so that would have been like the mid '80s when my brother moved out. So it'd been like around '85. They did their place up. As soon as they left, they got nice furniture. We lived there. Everything was garbage. Kids move out, nice furniture moves in. Typical parents. Chandeliers, the works. We live there, just garbage. Oh, this is bad. Oh, Doug's waking up. He's barking. All right, folks. but we weren't kids. We were young adults. There's no reason we couldn't be on nice furniture. We were never home anyways. Well, I'm going to. I really enjoy these morning coffees with you people and the stories. We cover the gamut on everything here in our little world. Well, actually, it's the big world, and everybody else is in that little world, in the matrix. Um, no, I haven't tried silk undies. I don't like the feeling of silk. I don't like that slippery feeling. You know what I mean? I don't even like. Uh, oh, you're still in San Francisco. I forgot about that, Inga. So it's 6:16 a.m. there right now. Were you here all morning with us? No, haven't done the camera equipment, Vista. Still sitting in the box. No, I didn't wear silk ever. Well, we're gonna go do a duck rush. Okay, folks? It's raining out, so I gotta get my umbrella happening, my $41 umbrella. And then we're gonna go let ducks out. I got the stream camera already set up over on the Magoon. Everything's ready to go, though. And then I'm thinking I'm going to maybe lay down and see if my body seizes up from yesterday. And I got to unload the truck today too because it's full of feet. And I got to show you something because Doug is not food oriented. Look at this. He knows that the breakfast dish is there, but you know why he hasn't come for it? Do you know why? Because he knows it'll be there when he comes. he's the only dog here. What dog is going to sneak up and lick his dish on him? I keep thinking Doug needs competition. Starting to think about it. Unfortunately, my life's in a little bit of flux right now because of what's happened with YouTube. But that's the only way we can fix Doug. Is another dog. If Doug had competition, it would change him. You know that, eh? Like totally change him. Like that, I know for a fact. I've been down this road before. As soon as another dog shows up, it's competition for attention, for food, for everything. Doug would no longer take the laid back and, I'll whatever approach. No, I'm not going to lay down on the couch naked today, folks. The couch hasn't been cleaned yet. It hasn't been cleaned since last October. That's every year after the ducks leave, I clean the couch. It takes, how many hours it takes to steam clean that couch? Can anybody guess before I say goodbye here? Anybody got an idea how many hours it takes to clean the whole couch from start to finish with the tool? Duck fan nails it at 9 hours, start to finish. That's how long it takes. It's really quite amazing how long it takes. It's brutal. It takes 45 minutes per section to do it. 45 minutes. It's the pleats, getting inside everything, all the crooks and crannies. It is a serious workout. Like you start early in the morning. Like so I've done it, where I'm like, drag my butt around here and then don't start it till noon and be still going out at 9:30 at night. Great IKEA would have stuff faster in your house than that. Yeah, they would. But it takes 45 minutes per section. It's brutal. Like, I think what I'll do, I'm going to share that with you. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to share this year when I steam clean, I'm going to do a stream of steam cleaning. And you're going to go, my God, Matt, that is brutal. But then you'll say, well, now I know why it lasts so long. I'll do that. When I do this, I'm going to stream that. The clean stream. Exactly, Sue. I'm going to do that. Just so you can see I'm not lying. You're going to go, yeah, that does take a long time. It's like, that's work. And it's hard too, because you got a big 2-inch wet vac hose and it's a stainless steel heavy duty nozzle. And it's like, and then you've got a 1/2-inch rubber hose with the water. And I'm telling you, man, your arm is so sore. It's like it's so sore. It's brutal. It's brutal. It's a workout. It's harder than scraping duck poop. And no, the first night it's still damp, so you can't lay on it. You can't lay on the couch nude. So you don't have to worry about that stream. 2-inch what? Wet vac hose there, Aussie. Get your mind out of the gutter. No, but I'll stream that the day I do the steam cleaning. I'll stream that so you guys can see what's involved in keeping a massive couch clean that from a dog living on it all year. How do I keep the dog off it though? I think you missed this stream there, Last of the World, or Last Wolf Lord. The dog's on it right now. It's like, no, I haven't seen the ETA on the boots yet. Actually, my other boots from the company that screwed me are supposed to be showing up soon. I should send that email off. Actually, I gotta send another email off. Thanks for reminding me. I gotta send that email off here. Okay, so boots, and I asked them where my boots are, and then that's it. I'm gonna go let the ducks out, folks. Thanks for joining me for the morning coffee on this holiday Thanksgiving. It's raining outside, so it's going to be a duck rush to the with the umbrella, and our cleaning tips for the morning. Oh, turn off.